Hey, can you hear me? Because I had to restart because apparently the sound was garbled on the last one, and I want to get it right. So if you can hear me and you can type in the chat, please let me know if the sound is okay on this one. Thank you. How are you today? My name's Mike. Package delivered. Shit. I'm busy. Hey, can you guys hear okay? Does it sound all right? What do you think? Hey, Randy. Sup, Macho Man? Hello. Does it make sense? Can you hear the sound coming? Sounds good. Is that right? Thanks, Randy. Appreciate it. Okay, how's everybody doing today? I thought that we'd talk about this two-tier justice system, which is obvious. You know, it's something we've talked about again and again, that the rules don't apply to the rich, that it's about, it's about holding us down, over criminalizing, everyday persons, and then the elite get away with everything. Nothing sticks to the elite, and we all know this. And by the way, my name is Mike, and this is my YouTube page, Mox News. If you're new to Mox News, welcome. There's 9,200 plus videos on this one YouTube page, each and every one hand-selected by myself to assure quality and to make sure that they're worth your time, to be of value to you in a way which you can glean some sort of valuable information, historical type events that you got to process, being able to comment on what it is that Nancy Pelosi said at the APAC conference this morning, minutes after she does it, or Mike Pence, or Donald Trump, because or Netanyahu, and being able to comment in the way that you see fit, and that's what this page is all about, giving you something of value, so you're not wasting your time, because your time is valuable. And the last thing I want to do is act like it's not. So that being said, if you're new to Mox News, please take a chance. Please take a look and see what there is to see here, because there is a lot to see. And like I said, it's all hand selected to be of value to the viewer. Now, that being said, my name's Mike. It's Mox News. I'm the only one here, and I love freedom, and that's why I do what I do, is to try and help people see who the real enemy is. Because it seems today that people buy into this politics of division just so much. It's over the top, and I don't understand it. It may just be an appearance, that people really aren't that bought into it. But I see people just and it seems not to make them happy. It makes them angry, So let's see. Hey, Brady. Hey, Brady. That was it. Brady. Hey, Alex. I can do the Alex part. Anyways, let's see. So the Jussie Smollett thing, I thought, is pretty, or is it Jussie Smollett? I think it's pretty obvious. It just shows that the elite, the rules don't apply to the elite. The rules don't apply to the rich. And it's so clear, I don't know what happened on that case. I don't know how it went down. I only know what I saw in the news. I don't trust what the news says. We all see things happen that we know are like, there's no questioning of what's happening here. Why aren't these people asking questions? The guy from the beginning, this case didn't look right. And then the police, they came out and they had this, like, we are so pissed about this, wasting our valuable time. Which, again, what I was talking about at the beginning, valuable time. Your time is valuable. Their time is valuable. And, they're limited resources. And they were pissed. And and now it's like, oh, time served or whatever. We're just not even that. We're just dismissing all the charges. And I don't think if you had gone and lied to the police, which I don't know that he did or didn't lie, but let's, like I said, from the beginning, it just hasn't sounded right. This case sounded like, a desperate actor who's like, look at me, look at me, look at me. And then we were told it was a desperate actor who was trying to get more money by playing the race card, So I guess the homophobic race card. And if you had done this, or I had done this and wasted hours and hours and hours of police time, you and I would be in big trouble. You and I would be in big, big trouble. Or I would anyways, because, I can't afford, a $2,000, $3,000 an hour lawyer. I can't afford that. And and that's the whole problem, is that, and this is the thing, is that there's all this misdirection. I keep coming out here and I keep telling you, it's the rich. The rich are the ones that are getting away with murder, that are stealing all of our resources and then selling them back to us. And it's like, anyways, it's a call-in show. I just think that this shows that so clearly, that it's the rich that they buy the politicians, they sell us the shitty drugs, and no law, they pollute our water, and nothing ever sticks to them. I don't know. I don't want to just ramble on. I was hoping that you guys want to talk about this, because I don't know, this seems to be something people are interested in. I really don't care about this star stuff. I haven't, this kind of, this is more TMZ stuff, but it's not when it comes to this. When it comes to this getting off, the elite, the rules not applying to the elite buying off cops. This is why, Jussie Smollett's going to go out and say, oh, we love our police, just like Donald Trump does. This is why I keep saying, this is what I was saying yesterday. Donald Trump says, oh, we love our police. Of course, you love the police. The police protect you, and the police let you get away with your crimes. The police fucking step on us. The police push us down. I posted a video on here of a woman walking with a cane, and cops walk by her and literally push her down. Okay? We've all seen the evil that cops do. Oh, we love our police. No, the rich love our police, because the police protect the rich and let them get away with their crimes and never hold them accountable for their crimes. Not really accountable, not in the way they hold the poor accountable. And it should be fair. It should be even. Because you can go and throw money at it, money that it's like coffee money to them. Even less than that. It doesn't even matter. As long as they get out of it, that's all that matters. And they get out of it again and again. So, the police are rotten. You're right. You're right. Drew. Hey, Drew. It's nice to see you, brah. So anyways, I just thought we should, this is just one of these things where it makes it clear, you guys seem to like the call-in shows, and this seems to be something that needs to be talked about. Not Jussie Smollett, but this whole thing where the law does not apply to the rich. I don't care who it is. I don't care it's a black, gay, actor. I don't care. That doesn't matter. What matters is the rules don't apply to the rich. The rich buy the politicians. The rich start the wars. The rich hold the drug war in place so they can profiteer off the misery of millions. The rich are the ones who spread the reefer madness, fucking bullshit, news stories. They own the news stations, right? They're the ones who say, yes, we want reefer madness for generations. They said, no, the rich are the ones. The rich have said, no, the peons, the little people, the poor can't have this herb that would make their whole world so much brighter. This completely benign substance that would give them so much. No, the rich have kept it from you and me. Not only kept it from us, but put a war on us. Okay, my entire adult life, this country and the police have been at war, drug war on me, because I use the most safest substance known to man. Beneficial beyond any of your fucking pharma drugs. So because I'm smart and say, I don't care what the rules say, they have had a war on me, and it's the rich who have kept it in place. It's the rich who over-criminalized you and your children, so that now every day the average man, because the rich own the politicians. That's why, as Donald Trump said, I own a couple myself. They have them in their pocket. We know this. Okay? And I know you guys all, hope that one day you're going to be one of the rich. So you don't want to shit all over the rich, right? It's the rich people. And I'm not talking about somebody who's got $20 million. Somebody who has $20 million most likely is not buying a politician. Okay? They're probably struggling real hard to hold on to their $20 million. That's why money doesn't attract me, because the more you have, not the more, because once you get into this super category where you're like a billionaire, which is who I'm talking about, the super rich who buy the politicians, who the rules really don't apply to. They get away with anything, everything. And of course, they love the police, because the rich go and commit these crimes, and then the police protect them. Tax the rich. We can tax the rich, but I don't think that's going to do it. What we need to do is we need to get rid of these parties, this Democrats and Republicans. They're bought and paid for by the rich. Okay. And for that, and it could probably easily be proved, and because of that, both parties should be banished from our political system. Both the Democrats and the Republicans should be banished. Those things no longer exist in U.S. politics, and we'll name like 10 parties, and we'll go forward and see which ones become, rise to the top. I'm Pirate Party all the way. Don't you know? But this is, and I mean, I don't know. You guys want me to just sit here and ramble? It's 805-669-6397. It's Mox, 805 Mox News, 805-669-6397. Okay? If you want to call, it's a call-in show. It would be nice to hear from you. It's always nice to hear from you guys, even in the chat here. And scientists, right? And the rich buy all the scientists. So that's the reason that we have this idiotic debate about climate change. That's the reason that we've been having this climate change debate since the 70s. That's the reason that in the 70s and the 60s, the scientists and the medical community were saying cigarettes don't cause cancer, because they were bought and paid for by the rich. That's the reason you don't hear the medical community talking about how alcohol is a serious carcinogenic. It's giving you cancer, because they're bought off by the rich. And we got to hear how dangerous marijuana is from Tucker Carlson. Tucker Reefer Madness Carlson. Oh, you're going to die. You're going to get the pot psychosis. Don't get the pot psychosis. Oh, my God. So, and meanwhile, is there any guy on mainstream media who looks more baked than Tucker Carlson? I don't think so. All right. So again, this is a call-in show. The telephone number is 805 Mox News. It's in the title of the video, 805-669-6397. So you can call now, or, you know, the show is pretty much a failure. That's not it. That's not it. Although, you know, I get my point across. So if you guys aren't wanting to, you know, call in or connect or talk about this, I actually, this was like a secondary subject for me. And the only reason I chose this was because this is something that I talk about all the time, is this rich thing, is the rich skating on their responsibilities. Okay, they just get to go and do whatever, and if they break the rules, they go, oh well, here's, you know, $20,000, and now that rule no longer applies to me. You know, we see it again and again, right? We're going to see Robert Kraft, who the law requires. Right, Robert Kraft is the owner of the New England Patriots. He got busted in Florida, you know, at some massage parlor with two chicks on top of him performing a sexual act with police cameras rolling. And if he actually gets convicted of this crime, which is really a non-crime, but, you know, again, it's the rich. The rich, if it was you or I, it would never be looked at as a non-crime. You would be having to pay, you know, if it was me anyways, I have nothing. So if it's me and I get busted for some meaningless garbage, I have to pay to the full extent, because I can't pay up front to go, oh, well, here's the money for the lawyer, so get me off, you know, or to the judge's favorite charity or whatever, wife's charity, right? So I don't know. This is I thought we'd talk about this, because this is something, you know, that again is something that I keep coming back to. You know, these are the people who are holding us down. These are the people who are keeping the drug war going. These are the people who are keeping us, you know, driving, you know, combustion engines to get to work every day, because because the fucking combustion engine was invented in the 1800s, man. You know, you don't think we can do better than that now? Hello, caller.
Hey, what's going on, man?
How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm just good. I'm thinking about all this shit's going down, right, with Jussie Smollett, and so you mentioned the Obama ties, right?
Well, no, not really. Go ahead.
Okay, so there are people in the Obama administration, in the FBI, who asked to get this case turned over to the FBI, right?
Okay.
And here we are today. It's been canceled, right?
Right.
Now, I'm not really interested in speculating about whether or not this actually occurred, or whether or not, Jussie Smollett is lying. I think the real question that we should drag in is what is the fear of the Obama administration, of these conservatives, right? I mean, I think these conservatives, they look like neoliberals to me. They look the same old. So what's the fear, right?
They're not conservatives. You're right about that.
So I'm wondering, do you think that they're afraid of kind of a larger populist revolt?
Of course they are. What they're truly afraid of is that we can move beyond the politics of division and come together and make a populist revolt. Because at this time, they're doing their best to invoke a race war.
Oh, I totally agree with you. Yeah, I think that it's kind of like our foreign policy, right? The question is, if you can't come around and debate with someone you call your enemy, your only other choice is war, right?
Yeah.
So if we can't come together with a big people's politics, what choice do we have but a civil war, a race war?
Right.
So yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I think that the question we should all be begging, right, is what kind of nationalism do we believe in? What kind of revolutionary politics should we all be pushing? Right?
There's only one thing that we can all believe in, and that's freedom. There isn't anything else. I mean, we can't agree on our religion. We can't agree on, he can't be a man because he doesn't smoke the same cigarettes as me. I mean, we got to move beyond that to, it's freedom that matters. You can smoke whatever fucking brand you want as long as you stand on the side of freedom. I stand with you.
I love it. Yeah, no, that's a fantastic way to put it. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, man, it's like guys like Tucker Carlson, he's running like silly Red Scare bullshit, scary fucking shit about marijuana nonsense, but at the same time, like, we got to see that he represents, right? I mean, like this wing of, this libertarian wing of the Republican Party that takes the right line most of the time on foreign policy. And like you said, freedom is the question. That is the way we should put it for these people, for our people, for everyone.
That's
whether we're talking about across the aisle or to our friends.
People keep saying, they keep saying, I can't figure out if you're a liberal or a conservative, and we need to know. And no, you don't. You don't need to know. It doesn't, it's those are just words you use it's a label that you attach to someone and then you put them on that shelf. Okay, he belongs on the liberal shelf. That's a bunch of bullshit. All that matters is if you stand for freedom and you're ready to fight for freedom, not your freedom, your neighbor's freedom, because their freedom is what really matters. Because first they came for the so-and-so's freedom, and then they came for my neighbor's freedom, and I said nothing. It's your neighbor's freedom that matters, not your own, and you have to be ready to fight for it. And that's what fighting for freedom really means. Not your own, it's everyone's. And that's why I do what I do.
And well, I'm really glad you do what you do. I've found so much material from you. You've been around for a good minute, posting a lot of stuff.
What's your name?
Thanks so much. Oh, my name's Alex. I'm out here in California. I'm 25 years old. So me and you probably look not a day over 40. You look fantastic.
Yeah, it's very nice of you, Alex. Are you enjoying? Yeah. Are you enjoying the newfound legalized freedom in California?
I do enjoy it. I enjoy it as much as I can. Yeah.
Good man. Keep up the good work, bro.
Yeah, you too. Thank you so much. Have a great one.
All right, thank you. And it's nice to hear from Alex, man. I don't think he's called before, and he sounded, again, this is what I'm talking about when I talk about the viewers at Mox News, is that you guys are informed, you guys are smart, you guys are on the ball, man. You guys are going to be the ones who save the frickin' world. What's up, caller?
Michael, how are you?
I am good, brah. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I've been a long-time fan. I've been watching you since 2008.
Nice. What is your name?
But I'm too poor to ever friggin' contribute, so I'm sorry for that.
One of these days, maybe that'll change.
I hope so.
Me too, bro.
So I'm just joining the discussion about this Jussie Smollett thing.
Go ahead.
How
Go ahead.
$10,000 seemed to get him off. And that doesn't seem like a lot of money. It doesn't really seem like... it seems like there's something more at play here.
There is something
It's not
more.
a lot of money. I pay $6,000 to a lawyer to get off a DUI. How does $10,000 get you off of this?
Yeah. Wait, you can afford $6,000 for a lawyer, but you can't kick down for lunch for Moxie? What?
You know, when you're in trouble and you had an inheritance.
Huh?
No, no. Come on, you know what I mean. Like people, it's not a lot of money.
Yeah, lunch doesn't cost that much, brah. But Jussie Smollett, no. There's some
personal thing. It wasn't a personal.
There's something.
People do this all the time.
There's something more to the Jussie Smollett thing than just the $10,000, like you're saying. You know, and that's what I'm saying. It's not the $10,000. It's that there's somebody, you know, who made a big donation to the judge's or the prosecutor's wife's charity or something. It's something much bigger than
there's some sort of undermined thing here.
Yes, of course. This is all. I mean, the system is rigged. We all know that. You know, and it's just this is. The reason that I bring it up now at this moment is because this is a moment where it's clearly rigged. And if it was anybody who doesn't have money, they'd still be in jail. They wouldn't even have been able to get bailed out, you know? And so it's just, and it's not fair. It shouldn't be that way. The poor people have it bad enough already. Okay, they should not be held down and over criminalized and made to be looking over their shoulder constantly because if they get in the slightest little bit of trouble, they're not going to be able to afford to even, you know, it's going to fuck their world, even if it only cost them a few $100s. And it's just not right that that's what the land of the free is. You know, go ahead, bro.
Oh, I agree. No, but I'm wondering what you think that the future repercussions of this is.
The only repercussions that there's ever going to be is if we can move beyond this petty politics thing that I keep talking about and recognize who the true enemy is, so that we can come together and hold that real enemy accountable. Otherwise, there's never going to be any repercussions. What?
Who is the true enemy?
The rich, the politicians that they own, that let them get away with this, the police that they own, their companies that steal our national resources, poison our water, and feed everyone fucking pharmaceuticals when they could be taking, you know, they invoke a police state onto us instead of just letting us have cannabis. That's the police state is completely out of control because they don't want us to get high. That's why the police state is out of control.
This all like balances on a pivot of cannabis?
No. Well, cannabis is part of it. Do you know what cannabis will do to the medical industry? Cannabis will.
Oh, it'll destroy it. Yeah. You can grow your own medicine. That'd be terrible.
Yeah, cannabis and alcohol and tobacco and eventually fossil fuels. Okay, it's not. And all of those people are the rich, and all of those people want to continue to feed us their poison. And we all. Yeah, and we all know this. And that's why we have to move. That's why we have to move beyond. This is why we have to move beyond our petty politics and recognize who the true enemy is, which is
exactly. But that's where I got to point out that we don't obviously get this. We all don't.
That's because
I do.
That's because the people are so overworked and busy and living in fear. I went to dinner for my roommate's birthday the other night, and there's a woman there, and she's telling me how she's afraid to go out and walk because, and she says, I watch the news and then I'm afraid to leave the house. And I'm like, no, 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 don't be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. I mean, she lives in a nice neighborhood. There's nothing. And it's so sad that that's what's being happened, is that people are, I mean, I went out today. There's no kids in the park. There's giant, beautiful field. It's school is out and there's no kids in the park. And why? I think it's because their parents are afraid somebody's going to give them heroin. So they say, yeah,
So
let them play the video games. That way we don't have to worry about somebody giving them heroin, you know? What's that?
Yeah, but at least it'll be, you know, they can murder people and feel okay about it.
Murder people?
You know, Call of Duty and all that shit, and that fucking Christchurch.
Well,
you're not gonna tell me that wasn't fucking Call of Duty.
Well, the shootings thing are insane, dude. I don't understand why was there never a hearing about, you know, congressional hearing about the Las Vegas shooting and what happened and what evidence, and show us so we can explain to the people, so the people don't have to be in
because
fear.
They're not supposed to know the truth,
right? You know, I mean,
right.
they dragged their feet on 9/11 on 9
sneak into a casino. How do you sneak guns into a casino? Suitcases of them.
Yeah, like the most secure places on the face of the planet, right? You know?
Yeah.
It's like you know, if you lit a fire in there and the fucking building fell straight down in its own footprint, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because that's happened all 3 times.
So even on that, on the 9/11, the attacks on 9/11, they dragged their feet. They refused to have hearings for years and years, you know. And
they had a fake one.
Right. And this is the whole thing. And that's because the rich control everything. The military industrial complex, big pharma, everybody, the big media, they're all full of shit, and they're poisoning our neighborhoods. And unless we can move beyond the petty politics of division, they win forever.
Michael, what's the strategy?
We have to rally around this one thing. There's only one thing that I can see we can rally around, which is freedom. Freedom affects everyone. It affects absolutely every single person on the planet. And
constitutional freedom? I mean, what are you saying that we do? How do you rally around freedom?
By recognizing, you know, that's the one thing that we all share in common. So we can fight for people's freedom instead of shutting down freedom, instead of trying to take away our Second Amendment, instead of trying to take away our freedom of speech, you know, boycott Israel, instead of, you know, to come together and say, no, you can't touch our freedom. You take a vow. You promise to protect our freedom. And all you do is take it. No. It's the only thing we have that we can rally around together. There isn't anything else. Everything else is division. Everything else will be division. We'll not be able to agree upon.
Spread your words by mouth all I want, but it doesn't mean that anybody's going to fight for it.
People already are fighting for it. I fight for it.
You do, and you do a great job at it, I might say. But I mean, like, you can just, you know, you can sit there and talk, or, you know, I don't know. Yeah, that's probably not the right. That sounds wrong. You take action. No, I don't want you to do that either.
But I do take action. I mean, I bring attention.
Connotation to it.
Yeah. I support freedom. You see people and like they have a YouTube page, let's say, and instead of, if someone comes along and they don't agree with what they're saying, they will immediately delete their comments. Right? That's not what mocks.
So there's no commentary. There's no actually debate. It's just you're deleted.
Right. There's no debate. It's just this is a controlled conversation. This is what we're going to talk about, and we're going to talk about it in this way. And anyone who strays from that will be censored. So that's not what happens at Mox News, and somehow,
very well,
and I think that as we do more of these live shows, and continue to talk about who the real enemy is, and the one thing that we can actually all rally around together, that hopefully will begin to move something that direction. You know, because actually, if we could just join, if just the 113,000 subscribers that are on Mox News could move together, if just those people could move together, we could make something amazing happen.
Is that all you have, the subscribers? Because I'm pretty sure you have several channels. Do you not?
Yeah, but I'm just talking about on this one channel, there's 113,000 subscribers. And, you know, see, the reason I do what I do is because I believe one person can have a profound effect on another person. And two people of like minds can change the world.
Primitive, and I am the proof of that. I've been watching your posts, and I know what you mean, and I get it.
Yeah. So don't, and I think that as long as you keep that understanding, there will come a time when we will be able to rally behind freedom. I believe that.
Michael.
Yes.
Can I donate to you in pot?
I wish. You could buy me a prepaid Visa card, and I will go spend it on pot if you want.
That might be a plan. I may be just doing that.
Or you can just send money to the PayPal or any of the GoFundMe or anything. It comes straight to me, and I don't really buy a lot of pot. I get given a lot of pot. I
know, buddy, but I live paycheck to paycheck, and it's really tough.
Well, if you can kick down for a pizza, man, you'll be making my day. Okay, any day, whenever you can do that.
You want pizza? I'll give you. All right, yeah, I'll send you a pizza, buddy.
Yeah. If
you fucking deserve at least that.
If you and that's all
the hours that you put in.
That's all I ever.
The fucking crap that you got to sit through. And then post, and then I have to watch it, especially with all this APAC shit. And it's like you know, you deserve something for having to sit through every fucking minute of that.
It's you know, the thing is I again recognize the enemy, right? You gotta keep your friends close and your enemies closer, you know. So that's the reason this shit needs to go up. You guys need to see it, and you need to be able to go, okay, I know who the fucking enemy is. I mean, that's what happens. You know, that's why I do what I do.
What just happened?
What just happened? I don't know.
No, you just said what just happened. I was just wondering.
Oh,
what
I said
referring to.
about, you know, posting the APAC videos and stuff. You know,
right. That's another load of bullshit. That's another Jeffrey. That's Jussie Smollett on a fucking intercontinental scale.
Oh man, this is
right?
Well, yeah. This is exactly what we keep talking about. This is the problem, is that politicians are for sale.
About, right?
Politicians are for sale, and what they do is they get bought by the people, and then the people who buy them make rules against us. Like, you can't protest against Israel anymore. Otherwise, your name.
I mean, okay, so look, am I not wrong in saying that the whole Jussie Smollett thing and the whole Israel thing is a whole just this relation to victim culture? Like, you want to be a victim. You enjoy being a victim. By being a victim, you can afford all these victim. What is the word I'm looking for?
No, I see what you're saying. You're saying that the Jews are going, oh, we're the persecuted people, and Jussie Smollett.
They're not.
And Jussie Smollett is going, I'm a homosexual. Don't you understand? My people are so persecuted. You know who's fucking persecuted? Stoners are persecuted. Fucking stoners have to live in the closet every goddamn day all over this country for generations. And you know who stoners? Gay people are stoners. You know, liberals, conservatives, Christians, Jews, black people, white people, everybody. That's who's really fucking persecuted. Gay people aren't persecuted. What are you talking about? I guess
everyone wants to play a victim today.
and I'm not trying to play the victim with that. I'm just telling the truth that, you know, that the stoners, you know, my whole life, this country has been at war with me. The police state, I've had to look over my shoulder forever for the police state because I got weed on me everywhere I go, you know?
Right.
And it's not, and
you know, and another part of that, when it comes to police, I really don't believe there's a race thing. I just think there's a problem with asshole cop things.
well, you know, see, we all want to believe in the police. We want police we can believe in, okay? And I know that. I know that. Wait a second. We all want police that we can believe in, and the problem is that the police that maybe we could believe in fight to defend the ones that are the asshole cops that you're talking about. They don't hesitate for 1 second to defend them again and again and again.
Yeah, you got the blue line.
Yeah, and that's a bunch of bullshit. Yeah. That means that there are no cops that we can respect because they defend criminals. They defend the people. They defend people that they know are going to go out and hurt other people because that's who they are.
Yeah, that's a sad world we live in.
Again, we have to focus on the one thing that we can all rally around, which is freedom. I used to say, you know, either you stand with the police state or you stand on the side of freedom. And I think that's the way we need to break it down, because the police state is out of control, overfunded, just way, you know, I mean, people are being thrown in jail for nothing. People are, you know, it's just beyond ridiculous, and it's completely corrupt. And if we just focus on freedom, the police are supposed to be there protecting our freedom, and it seems like anything but.
No, they're there in glorified tax collectors.
Yeah, I agree. They're revenue. They're a revenue stream.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, and they're such robots, they don't even realize that that's what they're doing. They're so programmed.
Well, I think a lot of them, you know, come from the military and other stuff like that. They go, you know, they're I don't think necessarily they're bad to start with, but they you know, it's like you're saying, they get into this blue line thing, and then it's like they're around other cops that are shitty cops, and they're doing steroids and all kinds of other stuff, you know, and the steroids just turn your brain to fucking Swiss cheese and make you angry.
Yeah, but I mean, we've also seen so many documentaries where if you want your back friggin' washed, you gotta friggin', you know, you gotta toe the line.
Yeah, absolutely, you know, that's exactly what I'm saying.
That's what you there. If you're a good cop, and then all of a sudden you're in danger, and other cops know that you have the rat, they're just going to leave you in danger.
Well, if that's the way it is, then why doesn't a good cop walk away and start a YouTube page and say, "This is what I saw. This is what is happening in the police force."
Mike, I'm sure that you'll find them if you look.
Okay.
I'm sure that they're out there. Yeah, I mean, what's his name on Joe Rogan from Maryland there? Crap.
It's all good.
You know who I'm talking about, though.
I probably do, but I'm not sure.
Where he was sent in all the black areas to just like make arrests.
Oh yeah.
Fill his quota.
Yeah.
And he's been nothing. Oh damn it! I'm having a brain fart. Maybe I'll have to get off the YouTube and do some research on his name. But you know, there are cops out there that do speak out.
No, I know there's, and like you're saying, there are good cops. The problem,
they're ostracized.
Yeah, well, the problem maybe is this whole thing, like with the Democrats and the Republicans, is that it's all the corruption is so deeply entrenched in it that you can't be a cop and not be, you know, just defending corruption all day long. All right, who is this caller? What's your name?
Well, my name's Tim.
Hey, Tim. Thanks a bunch for calling today. It's nice to hear from you.
Dude, thanks for taking my call, man. I appreciate what you do, and I get something from it every day. I truly do.
Thanks a bunch. I'm glad to hear that. And that's the purpose of Mox News, is to try and just give you guys something that's of value, is worthy of your time. I'm not here to try and scoop little bits of your life out. That's partially why I don't advertise on this thing, on the videos. I hate advertising. There's nothing in advertising that you need. We have to get away from this, commercialism. It is pure evil. And it just continues to move us a negative direction. It will not end well. So, anybody else want to call the telephone number is 805 Mox News. That's 805-669-6397. And, anyways, it was really nice to hear from Tim. I got to have a break for just a sec. I'll be right back. I'll be right there, just a sec. All right, I'm back. Sorry, my roommate sent me a message, said there was a package delivered to the front door, so I had to go and get the package at the front door. Okay, so I don't think I missed any calls. Hey, Tim. Nice to hear from you, bruh. All right, so as we were saying, we're talking about, and this is what we really need to have, is the discussion about how we do come together. Okay, we rally around freedom. I get that. But how do we actually come together as a group and begin to make something happen where we rally around freedom, where you all agree that freedom is what matters? And I honestly believe the best thing that we could do for this country is just to banish the Republican and Democrat Party. Just say those people, not those people, but those parties are no longer welcome in the U.S. political system. They are banished because they are the ones who, over the last 50, 60, 80 years, have worked together hand in hand to bring us to this moment in 2019, where we are right now. Where, the police state, out of control police state, the endless wars for profit of choice based on lies, the never-ending, completely failed drug war based on lies. Looks like we're getting a call.
You press 1 to take this call.
I pressed 1. How are you today, caller?
Good, Roxy. What's going on?
I am here doing my thing. What is going on with you?
Just laying on the couch being lazy.
Nice. Where are you calling from?
Australia.
Australia. I love that accent, man. So,
Thanks, fella.
what is the weather like in Australia today?
Sunny.
Sunny. I love that. It's sunny here too. I'm calling from. I'm in Seattle, and it's sunny here. It's nice. Went for a walk earlier. So tell me, what have you been a long-time Mox News viewer?
About 3 months.
Cool. I've always had a followership from Australia. The people there are the people from Australia seem like very friendly people.
Yeah, most of us are. Some can be a bit aggressive, but most are pretty friendly. So I love the channel, man. Like, because I get to see the US news. Like, you don't obviously get to see what's being. It's good to see what different countries what the media is posting.
Sure.
In the mainstream. Yeah.
So what is that?
Very insightful. So I plan to donate to you one day.
Well, that would be awesome, bro. I really appreciate that. I hope that you do. A pizza would be great. So what's your name?
Daniel.
Daniel. And do they have? So what are the gun laws like in Australia, Daniel?
I don't know too much about gun laws actually, but I did go to a few. I was going to get my gun license one day, but then I didn't follow through with it, so I'm not too sure. But I know my mate has a gun.
Oh, is that right?
You have to lock it up and all that sort of stuff, but they're pretty strict. Like you can't really get any automatic weapons.
No handguns, right?
No handguns, yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like you can get like a rifle, or I think you can get shotguns, but I'm not too sure. Yeah.
So tell me, what's your favorite part about living in Australia?
Oh,
do you feel the police state there like we do here in the United States?
Oh, not as much. Look, it's really a case by case basis. You get some good cops and you get some bad cops. Just get an ego trip.
It's not, and that's not what I mean. I mean, the police state here is on the throat of, I feel, the everyday average person. You know, I keep bringing up in my live shows that I read recently that the average, law-abiding citizen breaks 16 federal laws every single day. And even if it's half of that, I mean, it's like it's just the over criminalization of Americans and just going about their daily basis. So I don't know if you guys feel like that in Australia, like, I mean, you guys, are you always concerned that the police could, somehow be, unfair to you?
I don't think so. Sometimes you get bullshit little, like riding a bike without a helmet.
Yeah,
you get fined for that, but you won't get any overdue, like you won't get any force from the police. If that ever happened here, people would just revolt, and the police would never do that here.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a big difference. Do they carry guns there?
Yeah, I do.
Cool. Well, so are you able to enjoy cannabis there?
Sometimes.
Right on. That's good. I think cannabis is a very positive thing for people's lives, honestly. So I'm glad to hear that. Well, do you have any questions, or do you want to talk about anything in particular?
I just had a question about what you think about existence, and like how, like, if you entertain those thoughts, like why are we here and all that sort of stuff. Like, how did this even become anything? Like,
existence.
Why is there something instead of nothing?
Well, because what would be the point of nothing? What would be the point of nothing, right? So
yeah, true, exactly.
But existence, I think, have you ever seen Monty Python's Meaning of Life?
Oh, I've seen bits of it, yeah. Like,
there's
Life of Brian and stuff.
Oh, I love Life of Brian. I went to see Life of Brian in the theater in California when it was brand new, and there was protesters out front. They were Christians, and they were upset. A bunch of them. They had signs and stuff, and they were upset because Brian was a parody of Christ's life or whatever. It's hilarious. But in the Meaning of Life, there's a part at like 3/4 or almost halfway, beyond halfway through the movie, where they stop, and the guy says, they said that they're having a board meeting, and the guy says, well, what's the meaning of life? And one guy says, people aren't wearing enough hats. And the other guy says, he says that there's the development is about the development of the soul, that people are born without the soul or with the ability to develop a soul. And then as they progress through life, through different changes that they make, you know, or different decisions that they make, they develop a soul and blah, blah, blah. And, but because they're so busy and they have such problem with short-term memory that they get distracted, they get easily distracted. And then the guy says, what was that about hats again? And you completely forget that they ever said anything about development of the soul or the meaning of life or anything like that. So I think that's awesome. Yeah, I think it's, you know, I honestly, in my own opinion, the earth is sensual Disneyland, and that we're here on vacation. We see, you know, where we come from, we see like this thing pop up on our screen and it says, visit the blue green jewel earth. And we go, ooh, earth, food and music and art and sex. And they go, oh, I'm going to earth. And you call a bunch of your friends and you go, hey, who wants to go to sensual Disneyland? And we all go, I want to go to sensual Disneyland. And then we get lost in this crap of the daily fucking grind and we don't get to enjoy, you know, sensual Disneyland. Because this place Earth, this place Earth is this body that we're in is like a sensation computer, right? And it's all about sights and sounds and taste and textures and smells, and so we're bombarded with this stuff constantly on Earth, and this is like the roller coaster that car that we strap ourselves into is the human body, and it's just a sensation computer. You know, it's designed to be able to identify all these different sensations, and it's quite a little adventure, you know, if you have the right attitude, more or less.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I love that. It reminds me of that South Park when you know when they go to invest in the bank.
Yeah. And it's gone. I love South Park. You guys get that there too, huh? Or you watch online, or?
No, I don't watch it as much anymore, but I'm gonna get back into it. It's just.
Oh man, the last couple seasons are brilliant, dude. They banished Mr. Hanky. They banished him from the show, and then Santa came on Christmas to like save the day. You know, spoiler alert, Santa came on Christmas to save the day. And he's like, where's my favorite Christmas poo? And they're like, we had to send Mr. Hanky away. And say, what did he do? Fuck some kids or something? And they're like, no, he said some naughty things. And like, he said some naughty things? Good luck saving Christmas. Oh, no, he says, have fun sucking Jeff Bezos' balls, you bunch of cucks, and flies away in his fucking reindeer sleigh.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's Amazon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fucking brilliant, dude.
Like Amazon beer and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's just fucking, it's fucking brilliant. I love those guys. Those guys, I like to refer to them as modern day prophets.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Loaded Weapon?
Nuh-uh.
Oh, with Emilio Estevez.
Okay, it's a movie.
Okay, so yeah, it's a movie. Yeah, you gotta watch it.
Okay, I will.
It's ridiculous. It's like absurd, sort of ridiculous comedy. Like everything's taken to extreme. So like he'll walk into like a small shack.
Yeah.
As he's walking into the small shack, it'll turn out to be like this massive mansion inside.
Nice. Yeah. Right on. That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
I love spy comedies. That's my favorite genre. Is a spy comedy. You know, like where someone accidentally gets mistaken for a CIA agent or a Russian spy or something. Those are the best ones.
Yeah, cool.
Or
yeah, I think so.
Or like bumbling detective like Inspector Clouseau. Love that.
Yeah. I'll check out that Meaning of Life. I'll check out the Meaning of Life.
It's a great movie, dude. You won't be disappointed. Yeah. I just put the Life of Brian on the favorites a couple days ago, like yesterday or the day before. So I'm gonna watch that again real soon too.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks so much for calling. It's good to hear from Australia for a change.
No worries. I'll donate soon, mate. I get some money.
Okay, well, I super appreciate it. Stay cool.
Oh, see my.
I really like doing the live shows. Oh, and by the way, no one has donated during the live show, so you know. And actually, a couple people donated this morning. 2 people donated $5, which is super nice of them. Non and Jason. It's like, who is Non? I have bread donating to me. Why is bread donating to me? But that was super nice of them. They donated $5 each. And I want you guys to understand, that's the way my day goes. I get like, maybe if I'm really lucky, 2 people will kick down $5. And those people make my day. And I'll tell you something else. The days before that, there was no donations. And I come out and I do my work and I do my work and I do my work. I put up Nancy Pelosi 10 minutes after she's done speaking at AIPAC so that, again, you can recognize who the real enemy is. We can all come together and recognize that. And also so that you can say what you think needs to be said about these people selling out your rights. Because that's what's happening at AIPAC. They keep talking about boycott, divest, and sanction Israel. And we got to stop that now, because people cannot have the right to boycott a country, especially if it's Israel. And those are the people that represent us. That's the people that represent us in this representative government. And I'm telling you now, they don't represent me. And all you Donald Trump lovers, if you're not going insane with the Netanyahu stuff, know damn well that anti-boycott, divest, and sanction legislation is going to hit Donald Trump's desk, and he's going to sign it, limiting your free speech. When he signs it, stating that if you speak out on social media in support of boycotting Israel, your name is now put on a list. And the list says, oh, well, you can't have government contracts. Okay, that's what the list says now. Okay, but that doesn't mean that they might not change the law to say, oh, the people on that list now have to go to the re-education center. And that's the kind of government that we have, because the people passing these laws took an oath. They put their hand on a Bible and swore to protect your freedom, to protect the Constitution, which protects your freedom. And now they're making laws against it, day in, day out, basically taking away the First Amendment from you, because that's who they are. And almost every single one of these people that I posted from AIPAC have talked about BDS and how we have to stop it and how it's not acceptable, and that we all have to speak in one voice about Israel. And if you think that those people represent you, I don't even know why you're at Mox News. Because they don't represent anybody except for the rich. Again, the people with the money. The people are going to give them the money. And Israel gives them a lot of money. It's all about the Benjamin baby. And you know it. That's how they get the laws passed. And that's how they're going to take away your rights. Because you don't matter. All that matters is who's giving them the money. Doesn't matter what they said to God. All right. Hey, honey, it's nice to see you. As you were totally making the live videos earlier today, you were totally making them interesting. Thanks so much for being around, honey. I appreciate it. Okay, so I guess we're done here. I guess an hour is enough time. I'm still trying to figure out what the right time to come out here and do a live show is. I'm thinking 6 o'clock-ish is probably right, Oh, and yesterday Dwayne donated, and that was really nice of Dwayne and Jane, because they are super, super nice. They're somewhat new viewers. Well, not really, but I wonder if this is him here.
Let's take this call.
Hello, caller.
Shalom, Mike. How are you? It's Dwayne.
Dwayne, it's nice to hear from you, bro.
Yeah, it's awesome to call into the show tonight.
I was just talking about you.
I just heard that, but I was on the phone, so I just thought I'd call in. And, did you get that letter we sent?
I did not get it yet. I will. It's my mailbox is downtown, so
Okay.
I will. I will hit it as soon as I head downtown.
Okay.
I don't do a whole lot, but I'll do it in the next week or so.
Okay, yeah, I was just curious because crossing.
Yeah.
And especially mailing something from Canada, United States Postal Service has sticky fingers.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah. But with this whole Jussie Smollett, and I watched most of your videos today. I think I understand what you're saying about Democrat, Republican, but look, there has to be something done with the media or propaganda. You know what I mean? Because am I correct when I say the Nuremberg trials said that propaganda is a war crime?
Yep. I've said this again and again. Is that it's a mistake to call this fake news. This is agenda-driven war propaganda, and these people are war criminals. And by calling them fake news, you are comparing them to Jon Stewart.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That really does. Because it's, and even this whole Russia conspiracy, like, it's just hilarious watching CNN. And, these guys are wrong all the time. Actually, they're not wrong. It's an agenda. And it's just sick because I think there's so many people in Canada and the United States that are just completely brain dead because they watch this stuff. And I'll tell you something right now, Mike. The last time that I paid for cable, that I watched television, was in 2009.
Good.
I get my news from Mox News.
Yeah, right on.
I do.
Do you guys have like movies or anything like Prime Movies or Netflix or anything like that?
No, I'm still stuck in the 80s. Like, Monty Python's awesome. The last movie I saw was Phantom Menace.
Oh yeah,
It's a long time. Man.
Yeah. No, I watched Christopher Robin the other day, which is a Winnie the Pooh story, and it's it's like 2018 movie, and I thought people who have kids who like Winnie the Pooh would really enjoy this movie, and I really wanted to recommend that movie to somebody with kids. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My children really like Winnie the Pooh, totally.
And,
I totally let them watch all the old classic Donald Duck stuff.
The new Winnie the Pooh movie is called Christopher Robin, I'm pretty sure, and it's really good. It's 2018, and if it's if you like watching stuff with your kids, I think you'd probably really enjoy that.
Yeah, right on. Yeah. I kind of miss John Candy from the 80s.
Yeah.
And Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I think one of the best movies ever.
That's absolutely one of the best holiday movies you can play. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. And Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase.
Well, he's still around.
Yeah. I haven't watched any of that stuff though. Like me and my wife, we sit down. After we're done watching Mox News, and we watch old episodes of The Honeymooners.
Yeah,
that's what we do. Oh yeah, we're kind of hoping the world goes back to the 50s instead of progressing, but regressive progressing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, I get it. I just want that there to be, freedom, dude. I just want the police state to let up. I'm so glad that Canada legalized marijuana because, and made it for 18-year-olds and made it nationwide. It's just so, this drug war is just so holding the people down and beating the people down. And it's just been horrible. So anyways, go ahead, Dwayne.
Yeah. And it doesn't affect me anymore. I haven't smoked any weed in 4 years.
Yeah.
Up until 4 years ago, I smoked weed for 15 years, like half an ounce a week. So
yeah, no, I'm just saying I'm really glad that Canada went, you know, the direction of freedom when it comes to this particular thing, because any little bit of freedom that's given back to the people is just the most beautiful thing in the world to me, you know?
Yeah. You know, it kind of sucks though, because we got a really retarded government up here.
Yeah.
And following Canada as opposed to the States, like you can tell as a Canadian looking at the States, the left is kind of split. You got these crazy on the left people, and then you've got kind of centrist lefties like Tulsi Gabbard, right? But then you've got all these other people on the left that are just completely nuts. Like, I know you're an environmentalist, brother, and here's one thing I've never heard anyone criticize AOC and her Green New Deal about. Forget the finance. They can print the money out of thin air anyways, right?
Yeah.
Think about how many resources are going to be consumed. So how many natural resources have to be consumed just to make the kind of infrastructure she's talking about, to redo all the homes and every building in the country and make these rail lines to Hawaii. Like, that's a lot of resources. Like, they're going to cut down whatever's left of the rainforest just for that. So how can she be a green environmentalist if that's the case?
Well, I think that they can probably make a lot of the stuff out of composite materials. I mean, I don't know that that's good for the earth or whatever, though. You know what I mean? So we have to all sit down and have a discussion together about what it means to move into the 21st century. We can't let some fucking douchebag politician who's owned by some rich person who owns some company who wants them to be the exclusive people to decide what's going to be the 21st century infrastructure for the human race. You know what I mean? We have to decide, and probably big oil is going to decide that. You know, we have to be able to get together and start talking this out, because the last thing we want is somebody like AOC or any individual to somehow be deciding this for us, because it's about every single one of us, and we have to kind of agree on it, because it's going to be what we leave behind. You know, it's going to be the representation of who we are and what we did. And if we decide that we're not going to do anything, then, you know, I don't think that that's going to be such a good representation of us.
Yeah, people like AOC, though, they're not going to want to sit down and listen to you.
Right.
They're not going to want to sit down and listen to me.
Right.
They're not going to want to sit down and talk to anyone.
Well, no, they want to talk to the people who have the money. That's who they want to talk to.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like, every single government does the same thing. You know, they don't listen to the people. You know, here in Ontario, they put tranny stuff into the educational school board, and they never asked parents what they thought of that. You know, teachers should stay the hell out of my kid's bedroom, for fuck's sakes. Like, seriously. You know?
Yeah, the government should stay out of everyone's bedroom. They should stay out of everyone's bedroom. They have no business anywhere near anyone's bedroom.
Especially when they're teaching kids this stuff. Like, you know what? Like, when the children are, whatever, 16, 18, whatever, then they can learn. Like most normal people learn when they become teenagers, not when they're in grade 8 learning how to masturbate, or 8 years old learning how to masturbate. Here in Ontario, it's Bill C-8 or whatever here in Ontario. And, it's just some crazy, crazy stuff going on. And I really think the media is really to blame for this. I really do. And, and
again, the media is owned by the rich people. Go ahead.
And in Canada, the problem is the right is split. The right is split here. Which means we're stuck with another he's not even a liberal. He's a libtard, hardcore, feminazi as our prime minister here in Canada. He's going to win again just because the right is split in Canada. In the States, the left is split. You're going to get Trump again, unless, I don't know. See, we don't have dead voters in Canada voting like in the States.
When you say the right is split in Canada, is that you mean like because they have so many different parties besides just Democrats and Republicans, or something different than that?
Well, there is 3 parties in Canada. You're right. There's actually a 4th if you're in Quebec. It's kind of a separatist party.
Yeah.
But no,
that's my kind of people. Those are my kind of people, the separatists. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what? If I could vote for the Bloc Québécois in Ontario, I would.
Yeah, fucking A, man.
I absolutely would do that. You know, like there was a movement where Toronto tried to separate from Canada.
Yeah, I know. I love that. I love Canadians, man.
Yeah.
There's the Cascadia movement here, where they want to take the West Coast, like including Vancouver and BC, and just make it all a separate country. You know, like from Idaho over.
Yeah. Well,
Cascadia forever.
Every province or state that touches the Great Lakes, look, the Great Lakes has the best freshwater resource on the planet.
Yeah, I know.
You said our own country. You know, we don't need like the East Coast, like the eastern side of New York, but like upstate New York into Buffalo, and you know, basically from Albany west, that's cool. You know, and we don't want Philadelphia either. We'll take Erie, you know, and Pittsburgh. That's kind of cool. And you know, Cleveland's a great place. Detroit's even good. Like let's form like a country like that. It would be so awesome. We would have the best resource there is on the planet, clean, fresh water. And, you know, I think it'd be great.
Yeah, I think, and maybe, you know, if we had smaller countries like that, we wouldn't be so controlled by the military industrial complex and the police state and the drug war. You know, maybe we'd be actually, you know, go, you know, if we were able to separate and go, you know what, that shit all failed. We don't want anything to do with that shit anymore. Let's start again. You know, I think, but I don't think that's going to happen. I really just want to get rid of the Republicans and the Democrats. You know, just get rid of those parties and start over without that, because that's fucking pure poison, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's kind of happening in Canada, where the Conservative Party is now split. And so maybe it's not a geographical location is splitting, but at least the right is split in Canada, and they're going to split the vote. And this turd, this Trudeau, this feminazi, he's going to go right up. Like Canada's a bit different. All you need is 33% plus 1 to make 100% of the decisions. So Americans can complain about the Electoral College. People who do that is crazy, because if you get rid of the Electoral College, nobody in Nebraska is going to have a voice. Nobody in North Carolina or North Dakota is going to have a voice. Nobody in Montana is going to have a voice. It's only going to be California and New York. And in Canada, though, it really sucks, because this idiot, he gets 34%. He'll make 100% of the decisions. That's, you know, and we're supposed to be democracy, actually. Apparently, we're not a republic. We're a democracy up here.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, it was great calling in. God bless you, buddy. I love your shows.
Hey, Dwayne, it's always good to hear from you, you know, and thanks so much for kicking down yesterday. Super generous of you. I really appreciate it. And
and that's enough for a pizza.
That's enough for a pizza, man.
Absolutely, brother.
Yeah. So
bless you. Keep up the hard work.
Okay.
Thank you for everything you do.
Well, okay. Know that it's because of good people like you that I am able to continue. So thanks so much for all your help.
Yeah. Have a great evening. Okay.
All right. Good to hear from you, Dwayne. Tell Jane I said hi. H-I-G-H. Okay. And so we got Canada, we got Australia. We're doing pretty good today. So this is the beautiful thing, you know, us all connecting, and there isn't, you know, this ugliness that seems to be like when we're at the keyboard, the road ragey stuff. You know, you just hear people in their voice. They're sincere. You can hear the sincerity in them. You know, they're appreciative and they're good people, and it's really nice to be able to do this with you guys. So I really appreciate it. I'm going to keep doing this. I think 6 o'clock looks like the right time to come out here. I think tomorrow there's more APAC stuff. I think tomorrow might be the last day of APAC. Might go to till Thursday. I'm not sure. Let me see. I don't see more Apex stuff tomorrow. But tomorrow or the next day, we'll do a show about censorship. It's going to be, I want to know, well, we'll talk about it tomorrow or the next day. So thanks very much for tuning in. My name's Mike. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. Mox News survives solely on contributions from good people like yourself and Dwayne and Jane and Nan and Jason and all the good people. So if you can kick down for a pizza, that's super generous of you. There's clickable links below this video, or I'll put in the text chat here. There's the where is this at? Where is this at now? Okay, so here is the Patron page, right? That's the Patron, and then here is that's the Patron again. Here is the GoFundMe page, right? And then here is the PayPal. Okay, and it's easy to leave a donation or contribution, and again, no one during this episode of Mox News Live has donated, and that's pretty much how my days go. So your contribution, if you can kick down for lunch, it means the world to me. And I never advertise on this stuff. I never take 15 seconds out of your life so that I can make a shiny penny. Okay, and I really wish I didn't even have to ask anymore for help. I don't know, because it bothers people that I ask for help. I don't know why, but you know, I give and give and give, and I say, if you could give back, that'd be very nice of you. And then people get angry. So at any rate, thanks very much for tuning in. My name's Mike. This is my YouTube page, Mox News, and one of these days this war is going to end. You know, it's got to end one of these days. And I believe that will be a day to be remembered. And I sure hope I can be here to share that day with you guys, because that would be one hell of a call-in show, right? Okay, so stay cool until that day. Thanks, Iowa. Blackbird. Nice to hear from you.